Tansikal looked around in sadness at her clan. The poor clan had been driven out by monsters the previous night, and most cats have been sick and injured, especially the kitty pets. She made her way over to the makeshift medicine den they made the night before, towards her sister Berry Creek and her nephew Time Dust, as they worked tirelessly to help the sick and injured cats that were hurt by the monsters. Berry Creek spotted her first as she made her way into the den. She was helping Grass Eyes with a giant gash on her side. Tansikal, what are you doing here? Are you hurt? Her sister asked, coming up to her. No, Tansikal shook her head as she made her way further into the den. No, Berry Creek, I'm just fine. However, I'm coming to check on Wormstar and tell her some updates. The dark gray she-cat's tail twitched in relief as she said, Glad you're all right, sister, but can you take these poppy seeds over to Wormstar? Because I fear that her time to walk with our ancestors is coming very soon, she said as her tail and ears drooped. That's why I need to speak with her, Tansikal said. We have no deputy and no one to take over as leader. Berry Creek looked up in alarm. You mean our sister Volcano Storm is dead? She wailed. Tansikal slowly shook her head. Yes, our sister, our dear loving older sister, has died, she said with a shaking breath. Berry Creek came to her side and touched her muzzle to her shoulder. I can't believe it, but what are we gonna tell Time Dust after all? She was his mother. Tansikal lifted her head and said coldly, I will tell him, but first I need to talk to Wormstar to know what we should do. Berry Creek just sadly nodded, handing the poppy seeds to Tansikal. She made her way to the end of the thickets where their leader lay in a soft moss nest. As Tansikal came to look at their leader, she looked horrible than she had been in moons. She set down the herbs beside her as she called out. Wormstar, she asked in a quiet tone. If the leader was asleep, she did not want to wake her. Before she could ask again, a ginger Tom came walking up to her with a sad smile on his face. Time Dust, she meowed in greeting, dipping her head respectfully to the young medicine cat. Hello, Tansikal, he purred as he came to sit next to her. Tansikal has to tell him what happened to his mother. As she took a deep breath, now is a better time than any. Time Dust, I have something really important to tell you, she said in a calm voice. Time Dust just looked at her and his ears flattened. My mom is dead, isn't she? Tansikal looked at the ground as she said, Yes, Volcano Storm has sadly passed away. Time Dust just sat there for a few minutes, just standing still, with a blank expression on his face. His tail wrapped around his paws suddenly as he said, I know that she is with me. After all, StarClan will guide us to our new home. Have you gotten any messages from StarClan? Tansikal suddenly asked, not meaning to. Time Dust just gave a silent chuckle, knowing that Tansikal was trying to help change the subject from his dear mother. Yes, I have. That's why I need to talk to Wormstar right away, he said, as he turned to the old leader in her nest. What's the prophecy? Tansikal suddenly asked excitedly, getting to her paws. This time, Time Dust actually gave an amused snort. Of course you want to know. You're always nosy. So, the young gray she-cat meowed. Tell me. Maybe you can eavesdrop when I tell the leader, huh? That way I don't directly tell you and break the medicine cat code, he said, licking his ear. Fine, Tansikal said as they both turned towards Wormstar. Wormstar, please wake up, he said as he put a paw on her to shake her a little bit. He suddenly recoiled his paw and stared blankly at Tansikal. She's dead.